gonna love the fucking dorks.
We're king of the dorks, dude.
What is up, everybody? Welcome into the Losers Lounge.
Yeah. Life sucks. Everything's
I'm
bad.
overwhelmed. What do we do?
We go crazy.
Nah, dude. I'm feeling so good about how bad I feel right now. Like I'm feeling so bad that you get when you get stuck in a crevasse and you have to dig down to get out.
Wait,
I feel so low.
what?
That the only way out of this lowness is to go even lower, and in
All
the
the way
end,
to
I feel-
China?
and then I feel great. Yes.
Is that what you're saying? Like tunneling through the earth?
No.
Okay.
I'm talking more about
You know what he's saying, right? Dev?
Yeah, I know what you're saying too, for sure. So I see.
I'm talking about like mountaineering.
Oh, mountaineering.
Okay. Anyway,
I forgot you were a Boy Scout back in the day. I have no idea what to say about this game, guys. Actually, I do. Some positivity. The team played very hard. They played very together.
okay.
They lost by 11, and it wasn't that close. And nobody got really hurt, although Vlatko did break a finger or something. So
Hell
we'll have
yeah,
to find out
dude,
about
that's
that.
not that hurt though.
I know another thing to say. Won my parlay.
You did?
Won my parlay.
I missed because Aaron Gordon didn't get a block.
He didn't get a block.
I hit my lock of the game though.
What was your lock again?
Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon, point 2 rebounds and assists.
That one
of
hit?
course. Of course it hit.
Hell yeah, I bet that one too. We're presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. We used promo code DNVR before we made all this boatloads of money we got. I do have D-Line with me here. He did you even watch this game?
I sort of took a Cliff Notes approach.
Cliff Notes, yeah. You skimmed it. Over here I got Superstar Dev.
I mean, really, that's not a game that you want to be down on about the Nuggets. Like, they really did try as hard as they could. They competed extremely hard. There was, some positivity on the offensive end from some guys in this game, and they still lost.
They lost by a pretty sizable margin.
We're down so bad, man. Like, honestly, because we're joking right now, but we were kind of sitting here watching the game, kind of like, how do you guys feel? It's like, I kind of think they played great. Like they really hustled and all these things. And it's
we went to bed one night as the presumed Western Conference challenging Denver Nuggets, and we woke up at the Orlando Magic the very next day.
We are the
and
Orlando
now
Magic.
All we have are moral victories, and
That's so true.
all we're thinking about is our new young core.
So there's like good wins, there's bad wins. There's bad. Then it gets down to where it's like moral victories on a close loss or whatever. Then there's moral victories when you got your ass kicked. It's like not really a close game. But we're like, man, there's a lot of things I feel okay about.
I really liked is those professional basketball players played the entire time. It was great.
So no vote today, no Harrison. They're with family in different places.
What are they, the smartest people on earth?
They're smart. They did say that they were going to visit family for the holidays, but maybe they were just like, I'm out of here.
Dude,
Eat popcorn.
I should have looked at the schedule and went to go visit my
It's been
family.
just me sitting here, just solo trying to carry it for an hour. We're probably getting there very soon, very quickly. It's
dude,
gonna be just
I'm
me.
making serious life decisions right now.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. So the Nuggets do lose to the Bucks. It was a weird game because Denver was down like 20 or something almost immediately, and it was just terrible. Then they battle back. I almost felt like Denver, comes out. They're outgunned. This Bucks team's really good. They're playing great, as Dev pointed out early in the pregame show. But Denver snuck back in. And then it was kind of a similar. We've seen Denver do this when you're up 20, you take your foot off the gas pedal, the other team punches back, and then you can never regain it. The Bucks kind of had that going on tonight, where it was like second, third quarter, they couldn't actually get that much traction. Denver kept hanging around, but it just took the tiniest little run. They have to play perfect. Denver was perfect for 80% of tonight.
Yeah, this was a game of really Denver playing extremely hard and the Bucks really not being into it. This was a game I really feel like they checked out early on.
So sad.
But also, and that's not to really be a knock to Denver, because they really did play extremely hard. One player that really stood out to me, even though he was the worst plus minus on the team, was Facu. I think that he was really big in the team's comeback, because he's just everywhere on the floor. He's willing to put his body on the line to try to start or just boost the team in some type of way. And I feel like to begin that, like, they were attacking him and they were trying to put him in bad spots. But after that, he was like everywhere. He's taking charges. He's getting offensive, he's getting foul calls. He's getting to the free throw line. His 3-ball was falling today. And I feel like the team rallied around him at that point.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I was impressed with Facu tonight, but you are right. He was the team worst minus 17. Sometimes single game can mean this or something or nothing. He was in there there was one run there that late that the game like really got out of hand. He was on the court for that. But I don't know. He has strung together some better games lately. It is weird though, Eric. You watch him. He drains 3 3-pointers. He also has 2 airball 3-pointers or something. You're just like, his misses are so off,
dude.
But he shot a decent percentage.
Facu is exactly what you want him to be. If you
Really?
hate Facu or if you love Facu.
Oh, it's so true. This is a great point.
Like, he'll give you exactly what you need to present your argument online. Like, whatever it happens to be. Like, he will put up the most atrocious shots you've ever seen in your entire life. And you're like, why is this guy playing NBA basketball? And then he'll be the only person that can make a 3. And he'll make 10 in a row. And then he'll get some crazy hustle steal. And then he'll throw the ball out of it's just like whatever you're after, Facu's got it for you.
It is so true. Tonight is a perfect game for like Facu debate if you wanted it. Which would be, by the way, the dumbest way to do this game, to talk about this game, to like debate whether or not Facu was good when the doesn't actually matter. The game was.
I know none of this matters.
This is the thing you can say.
Guys, can we make this a 1-minute show?
Oh,
what happened tonight, guys? We were missing Nikola Jokic. All right.
So true.
Well, we'll see you guys later.
Well, we do. We should. That does tell me we should get to our top story. Officially,
What?
Nikola Jokic is a Turtlenecksman.
Oh, dude, he doesn't like an exposed neck.
He does not. It's so funny, man. This is a weird thing to say, but it's also serious. This is the first time Jokic has a look. He's got a style. Like, everybody has their own style. You have a style.
Different
it's always
man.
Jackets. Right?
Different man.
Different man. Everybody has their own like thing. It's like you're always.
What would you say your style is?
My style is crew necks, t-shirts,
Okay.
jeans. That's it.
So you're
Sneakers.
You're real like Mervin's basic.
Very Mervin's basic, and it's also always. What do you got over there?
I would just like to point out I'm also a noted turtlenecksman.
Kale is
Just saying.
Kale wants us to make sure that we put him on the same mantle
so
as
true.
Nikola Jokic.
You're sliding into the hey man.
Noted turtlenecks. Just saying.
Kale and Nikola Jokic share a lot of traits. The first one being turtlenecks, and I can't think of any others.
Can't really think of too many other ones.
You look good today, Kel, man.
Mervin style. I'll take it. I don't care. It's really more of a Cole style, for being honest. Here they have big.
Oh,
and tall. They have
Cole's cash.
a
Cole's
whole
cash,
big and
yeah.
tall style section. But can we pull up? There's a phenomenal Photoshop that made the timeline. I don't even know who to credit for this. It was somebody's replying to Alec
Let's
here.
let's credit Kale anyway.
No. It was somebody replying to Alec. It was too good though, man. Oh, I guess it's. All right, yeah, just pull it up here, and then we'll go to the tweet. Then
Man, if you
get
guys
over
ever
there.
wanted to know what it looked like for 3 guys to look at somebody else using a computer,
there it is.
this is what this looks like.
I love it. Look at there it is. Dwayne the Rock Johnson only as Nikola. No, Jokic as.
That's a
The
perfect Photoshop.
It is honestly
It looks so good.
You see, they even did the hands. I always love when somebody goes to racially match the.
Can we zoom in on the right ear?
Something is off on this ear. What's going on? Have we never known what the?
I think that is,
Oh, they didn't. There's a little. It's not a perfect
it's not
Photoshop.
perfect.
see, listen, I hate to be this guy,
You are
but
that
if you're
guy.
if you're gonna come in here making bold claims about perfect photoshops,
So true. Did you
Damn
notice
it.
that just now, or
Yeah.
did you were saving
dude,
that
I
one
have
in the
eagle
chamber?
eyes.
You have eagle eyes?
Yes,
Oh,
I
wow.
didn't know that.
I see stuff, bros.
You'd be so good at bird watching. I don't even know what other takeaways to go. Actually, I do have a couple more. I thought Zeke Nnaji was very good tonight in his 15 minutes, and he had a tough assignment. It's funny, you look at his stat line tonight, 15 minutes, which is a decent amount of minutes, 4 points, 1 rebound, nothing else. So not a very fruitful box score night. But I will say he got a really challenging assignment tonight. Go guard Giannis. And there were a few times where Giannis just absolutely sunned him, and he looked like a child, throws him out of the way, before, like those kind of plays. But I will say, I thought he actually competed. He bounced back. He didn't shy away from it. And then offensively, look, he knocked down a 3, 1 for 1 from. I think he's shooting 60% on the season from 3-point line. What do you make of his night tonight?
I think that there's times in the game that you could look at, like Jeff Green, JaMychal Green, other guys where you smack your lips. You're like, he's not giving effort out there. Giannis just went by him for another dunk. He's doing all this. With Zeke, at least he's competing. At least he's trying. At least he's going to get back and try to make up for it on the next play, or he's going to try to put his body on or just something. He's a player, really, and we say it often, but it's true with him. He knows what he is. He knows what the team needs from him, and that's an assignment that no one wants to hear about. Yeah. Even if you're a defensive guy, you don't walk into this as Aaron Gordon and say, hey, you got Giannis tonight. Yeah. You're like, damn, like, that's what I have to go against. But Zeke walked into it, and he's like, okay, I'm going to just own it. Like, he's going to get his regardless, but I'm still going to compete hard, and I'm going to try everything to be out there. Also, we got to see the ball go through the net with him. Right. So he's given those minutes, and, yeah, I mean – it just feels good for him, I'm sure, because it wasn't that way in preseason. It wasn't that way in summer league. So we're trying to get back to that, and to see him score the ball and at least just give some positive minutes is good for him.
I think part of it is that he's no longer exploring his game in a good way. Like, it's okay, play defense, rebound, and shoot the three, and that's kind of it. I'll tell you where he still struggles, and I kind of – if I were to, like, try to say, okay, what is the best version of Zeke in 2-3 years, the thing that I'm concerned about – I'm not sure he's going to be a great finisher because he's a pretty bad finisher right now. And it doesn't look like he has, like, if you told me 2 years from now he's, like, elite around the rim, I'd be like, man, I don't know. I don't buy that. Yeah. So that's the one thing that concerns me. What do you make of Zeke tonight?
Zeke looked hilariously tiny against Giannis Antetokounmpo.
That's true.
Like, just watching the two of them go up. Like, you don't... It's funny because all things are, relative scale throws things off. We were talking about how when we were in Las Vegas for Summer League and we saw Bobby Portis walking through.
Don't remember it.
Adam doesn't remember it. Alcohol probably involved.
Maybe.
Definitely involved. I remember it. I'll never forget it. I was like, what? Is that a person? Like, what? That's the tallest thing. That's like, it was just the tallest.
He's not even that tall. He's like 6'9" or something.
But in real life terms, very, very tall.
That is true.
Also surrounded by women.
Great little detail.
Yeah, whatever. But all the same, so when you see these guys on the court, like Giannis, you're like, man, that's a big guy. Zeke, I thought, was a big guy.
Yeah.
And then you see him up against Giannis, you're like, oh my God,
I know.
dude. Giannis is, I mean, like.
He's so massive.
Holy smokes.
I don't know of anybody who has more maximized their body than Giannis. Because, like, LeBron, when you saw him in high school, was already, like, a top, 99 percentile athlete. Then he made himself 100th percentile. Giannis, when you saw him, was, like, skinny little scrawny dude. And now he's, like, it's insane how big he is.
He just gets to wherever he wants also. Like, his footwork is, like, caught up to it. He's super aggressive because he's so much bigger and stronger now. Like, really, when you go back and look at those, rookie and sophomore season Giannis games, he's a completely different player from back then. He was really skilled then, but now it's all coming together. And that Bucks team, like, they really are impressive. And that was, like, not a 100% game from them. That wasn't even a B.
I'm telling you, they won by too much. They won the first quarter too easily. That they were like, all right. They went zone, and they were just kind of like, hey, let's relax.
As in they're zoning out.
Zoning out.
The funny thing about Giannis is that, and I brought this up on one of the Online with D-Line episodes, like, there was a picture of him, like you're talking about, in his first couple years in the league. He didn't look anything like he does now. And he was known as the Greek Freak then. He said he's become a monster since then. Like,
because Jokic has had a pretty great body transfer. Some guys just don't get ripped. Like, some guys get ripped really easy, and some guys can be really strong, but
Jokic gets ripped in that his skin is ripped on the back of him.
But I do wonder what, like, Jokic's transformation would, like, what if Giannis was Jokic?
Oh my God, I can't even think about that.
Dwight Howard.
He would be. He would absolutely look like Dwight. Like Dwight Howard, like mostly the hair, but yes.
Yeah, mostly the hair. Did we talk about Vlatko yet? We didn't, did we?
I don't know.
We
have to.
We have not.
I don't think we've hit Vlatko. He was honestly one of
the
king of the game, Vlatko Čančar.
Look how innocent he looks.
This is another example of these where the wearer of the crown looks like he just got back from Burger King. For his birthday.
Didn't have any pictures from tonight's game
He
of
looks
Vlatko.
like,
Really? There's no
not a single one. They didn't take a single picture of Vlatko.
That's Vlatko in the whole
media
thing.
day.
His media day photo only for Vlatko. The Nuggets are so down bad that the best player tonight doesn't even have a photo in the Getty or USA Today.
And we're so down bad that we're giving, like, just
10 points.
We're giving moral king of the games.
Yeah. Honest to God, he is the king of the game too. Like,
I would say, but I really would say with him, it's a lot more to it. This is a guy that was just in the G League a week ago.
Yeah.
Like, he got called up, and he's now playing real minutes for the Nuggets against the defending champions. Like, that's big time to me. He scores 10 points, knocks down the 3 ball, which we have not seen from the power forward position. He also looks like he knows what's happening out on the floor.
Oh, he definitely does.
He had 5 assists in the game.
He
Like,
does. He looked great.
they put him at, like, Jokic spots at times.
He had the nice little bounce
where
passes.
he's making the passes and things like that. So, like, even though he's a G League player, he's a veteran. Like, he's a Nuggets veteran. He knows everything that's happening out there, and things didn't look sped up for him tonight. So I really think that wasn't a tongue-in-cheek type of king of the game, even though it wasn't huge.
Well, I mean, he played great. He's a G League player, and then he's played in the G League, but that's the only.
That's what makes you a G League.
Yeah, but
player.
he's like, he shouldn't be in the G League. Like, he's a technical
I think
G League player.
Dwayne Wade went down there one time when he was rehabbing and played one game. He's not a G League player.
Not a
He went
G League.
there,
Like, Vlatko is too good for the G League, but he's like, and in fact, like, you see him play like a game like tonight, you're like, man, this guy's got to get in the rotation. He's been hurt for most of the year, so
Yeah.
like that's always been the refrain. Like, when we're like, what is it time? Especially looking at that. The Nuggets front court is so.
Well, we're going to talk about this here. I guess to set the table for this, because it's going to be the meat of our discussion in the second after you do your first ad read, which I can't wait for.
Do you know what it is?
I'll figure it out. But so we talked about Zeke. I thought he was very good. Vlatko I thought was great. And then you go over to JaMychal Green. 1 of 9 tonight. I just feel like there's so many of these nights where it's like 1 of 9, 0 of 6, 1 of 3, 1 of 5. He goes 1 of 9 in 16 minutes, 2 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals. It wasn't even that bad of a night for J-Mike. There just were so many minutes in there where you're like, what is it you do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
what would you say you do?
What would you say you do? Like, defensively, where you're like, well, you just got destroyed. You're either for defense, then open shot, not even close. He's the one guy that I look at. I don't want to be too hard on anybody, but he's the one guy all year I've just kind of been.
The J-Mike thing, like, started off so beautiful, and
last year,
yes, and it is so terrible now. Like, it just gets worse and worse, and like, I mean, that guy's like, I think he's done. Like, I think he's done, dude. Like, I don't know what he has. Like, I don't know. I don't see them turning this around.
Man, he's got a nice contract for being done. That's a really unfortunate
He's not the
contract.
first one this has happened to in the NBA.
That's true. We're on the Nuggets.
One thing you said,
Gary Harris does. Damn it.
One thing like that you said about J-Mike is that, like, it wasn't even a bad game. I think it was a horrible game. He got benched. He got benched in the game.
Yeah,
like, that's a really bad game.
That's not a good game.
You try to fight back. You try to get into the game.
He actually got benched for Facu too, which is like Malone's like, screw it, Facu. You're
like, I'm going to go with one of my biggest players, and I'm going to go with unarguably my smallest player and put him out there because he brings more to the table than this guy who's a starter who we really the team really needs right now. And then he goes 1 of 9. So, like, that's a guy that really does not understand what he's supposed to be out there doing. He makes not smart fouls. He's just kind of out there the entire time. Every time he gets it, I just don't feel confident with it turning into a positive
When he
play.
loads up for a three-pointer, I'm like, what hilarious way is this going to turn out? I mean, certainly it's not going in, so is it going to brick hard off
Zeke
the bat?
Nnaji officially tied him and made threes this year.
Wow.
They
And I'm
both have
sure-
10, I think 9 or 10.
I'm sure the minutes are not close.
No, they're not. It's 200 minutes difference and almost twice as many attempts from
God.
JaMychal. So the minutes, 267 to 65 entering tonight, and then they play about the same minutes, I think, tonight. Yeah, almost the same exact minutes. So 200 fewer minutes, same number of threes. Not great.
Brutal.
Not great.
It was brutal.
All right, so we're going to talk on the other side. We'll take our first break. On the other side, and I'm curious to hear what people in the chat have to say about this. If you were to rank how you feel these guys belong on the depth chart, Zeke, Vlatko, and J-Mike, I'm curious to hear what people think about that, where the pecking order should be between those three guys.
I'm curious, too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm also curious about what I'm supposed to read.
Oh, yeah, you're supposed to do an ad read now. Hassel Cattle Company.
Oh, you know, sometimes the universe smiles down
It
upon
does,
you.
indeed.
I don't even need to find this. I mean, I will because I want to make sure that I get all of the pertinent
details.
But I know all the pertinent details because this is a life that I live. This is my life. I live a hassle cattle life. Dude.
You are the number one. This is like if we had an assignment of who's our ad partners, you would be Hassel.
I would be hassle. I am beefy, and I do enjoy marbling. Guys, we brought you damn good beer.
Oh, wow. Are you going to go?
Bring you damn good beer.
Okay.
Listen, turkey is out. Turkey was the other day. Nobody's eating turkey. Adam will tell you and will never stop telling you how overrated turkey is, how much he doesn't enjoy it. Everyone universally enjoys Hassel Cattle Company.
That's true.
Because Wagyu beef is a higher cut of beef. It's more delicious. It's more tender. It has more marbling. Marbling, what is that? It's just like more fat that's woven in between the muscle fibers. It makes for a more buttery, more delicious steak.
Tell us how you
diffi-
cook it. How do you cook it? It's on the cast
So
iron,
what
right?
the way that I cook it, if you want to be like me, D-line, what I do is I get a ribeye from Hassel Cattle Company, and I heat my cast iron
Ribeye is my
skillet.
favorite cut, by the way.
Oh, it's because it's the best.
It is the best.
I get my cast iron skillet. I heat it up to about 7 or 8. Not all the way, because it gets a little it smokes
yeah,
out if you do.
yeah.
But then I let it heat up for a while. Simultaneously, I will get the oven preheated to 400 degrees. Then I will put the Hassel Cattle ribeye in this cast iron skillet for 2 minutes at a time. 2 minutes.
It's a 20-minute ad read.
2
over there.
minutes.
It's incredible. We're on the first ad read.
You asked me how I listen.
I thought you could do this in like 10 seconds.
All
I
right,
didn't
listen.
realize it's going to be
All right, everybody,
novel.
use the code DNVR15 at checkout and receive 15% at HassleCattleCompany.com. It's HASSELL Hassel Cattle Company. You'll never regret it.
You're doing great.
You'll tell all of your friends in long-winded form what a great product it is. I promise you that. What's next, Adam?
Wow, we still have another one. Snooze Sleep. This one might be mine if we had signed it.
Yeah. Do you actually want to?
Nope, I don't even have it pulled up.
What is the snooze flip, Adam?
Well, it's got a mattress on one side. You flip it, it's got a soft mattress on the other. Firm one side, soft on the other. You also got the heated pad. You want the heat on one side, cool on the other.
It's the most universal mattress on the planet. You can customize your sleep experience to fit your needs. One side soft, as you mentioned. One side firm, as you mentioned.
This company has a really cool story too, man. Like I said, they're big DNVR fans, but they have a cool story on how they formed, how they came about. Colorado company based out of Pueblo, but they're trying to expand all over the globe, just like DNVR.
Just like DNVR.
Just like us.
We're gonna sleep our way to the top.
But I will say, so you can get the mattress. They'll deliver it straight to your door. You know, like it's that memory foam mattress that comes straight to your door. It's a great one. But the thing I would highly recommend is the adjustable base.
Oh,
That's the thing I'm telling you about.
You got one of those?
I've got one of those that's incredible. I love it. My kids play on it all day.
All right.
They jump into my bed and then just play with the thing where it like brings it up. It's pretty funny. Pretty adorable.
So we've got a great deal for you, do we not?
Eric is so plugged in.
Listen, guys, I'm a scab. All right, I'm reading only because everybody took their day off. So it's Colorado based, and we are hooking it up. Use code DNVR when you check out, and you will receive $250 off a mattress and $250 off an adjustable base. Queen mattress savings, $500 with an adjustable base. That is $500. Dual split king savings, $1,000 with an adjustable base. These are big savings, people. And as Adam will tell you, it has changed his life. You may not be able to tell, but he's a much more pleasant person to be around
So
now.
true.
Ever
So
since the
true.
snooze mattress entered his life.
I do sleep great. Also want to remind you guys, Broncos tailgate this weekend if you want to go. Dev says he's going.
Oh, dude. Please come. Dev.
Let's play some bags this weekend. You want to play some bags?
Absolutely.
Tori, are you going to be there?
Absolutely.
Tori's going to come?
Yeah, not pictured. All right, let's do some bags. Let's see if anybody can beat me at bags.
I can't beat you at bags.
You can't. Nobody can. I'm telling you.
You know what, though,
Actually, I watched a guy the other day on bags. He made like 50 in a row.
Oh, yeah.
And he made a different type too. He does the thing where I guess this is like we're getting
Adam's
deep in the
scouting
woods.
the comp.
No, like thought I was good, so I'm like, let me see what the pros are doing. Oh yeah, they're way better. Because this dude, first toss every time he puts it not in but in front, and then he just makes them over it, and then on the last one he pushes it in to make 4, and he does it every time.
Wow.
Every time he does it that way, he makes all 4, but he makes them in the weirdest way.
You know what?
Incredible.
My goal every time that I play bags is to hit the
board
with the bag, whether or not it stays on it. And usually I'm able to accomplish that goal 25% of the time.
All I do is argue the rules the entire time.
Argue the rules.
Type of guy I am.
That's what kind of guy I am. All right, so we're talking about. Look, Vlatko's been out. Zeke, hasn't really had opportunity. J. Mike is just, in my opinion, like how many games do you give a vet? We're 20 games in. I feel like that's more than enough to say Denver isn't a tight spot because you also have the financial aspect of this. JaMychal Green is owed $18 million over the next 2 seasons. Part of that this year. So you don't want to bench a guy and then be like, hey, anybody want our guy we benched that's worth all this money?
But is it worth benching him if he's more costly to be on the basketball court?
I'm just saying, I'm trying to explain all of the different layers that go into a team's decision on how they handle this. But that being said, we don't have to factor that in. How would you, Dev, rate those 3 guys in terms of most trustworthy to least trustworthy?
Out of JaMychal Green,
I've said this like 6 times.
just say it one more time.
Vlatko,
7 times.
Vlatko and Zeke.
See, so my take on it evolves every time for whatever reason. Right now, it's very fresh. So
I love this.
I
love this. We're going Vlatko, aren't we? We're going Vlatko.
It goes Vlatko.
Let's go.
First off,
King,
he's just
King,
trusted.
King.
Like
Yeah.
he's trusted by the guys on the team. He's been around for a very long time. Nobody ever has anything negative to say about the guy. When he's in there, like he's giving positive like moments.
To be fair, we've never given an opportunity for guys to say bad things. I would love to
For
ask
sure.
Jeff Green, just like, hey, what do you think of Vlatko?
He's
I don't
like,
know,
yeah, everybody's
that
positive with
a-hole?
him.
He's like, can I be honest? He's racist. We're like, Vlatko.
Not Vlatko.
Oh, Vlatko. Now I see why he doesn't play.
It makes it. Yeah, it really does. So the thing is, like with J-Mike, he has not played well in so long that you're just like, maybe he's not who he was last year. Maybe that part of him is gone. Because I would have him higher than Vlatko and Zeke. Zeke gives you good minutes, but he looks like a rookie to me, like at all times for whatever the reason is. He just looks young while he's on the court. Even though he knows what to do, it's hard for me to trust in him right now. So right now we'll go Vlatko. I'm going to just hang on to the J-Mike thread, but it's just by a tad bit, really. It's just by a tad. And I haven't seen anything positive this year for me to back it. I think it's just because I go back to a time that he was loved. I go back to a time that Jokic wanted to play with him forever. I go back to those type of times that I'm like, maybe it's still in him. It just has to come out, and it's just as difficult right now. But also, when you give Zeke enough minutes, and he's also been a person that's been there when it's mattered as well. He's played in the playoffs. He's played valuable minutes for this team, that it becomes really difficult. So if we're going off of this year, I would say Zeke, Vlatko, J-Mike. If I go off of overall, I'm going to go J-Mike first.
Let's live in the present. All right, let's live in how we're going to be able to deal with them now. Who are we going to play? Dude, this is an easy ranking. Vlatko, number 1, no question. Zeke, number 2, no question. J-Mike should consider retiring. He is at it. Like, I cannot believe how little faith I have in JaMychal Green to do anything at this point. And it's not just like, oh man, what a bad week. Like, he hasn't had a good game this year.
He had one where I was like, hey man, we were like excited about it.
Good God. It's like,
I can't remember which one.
It's so painful. I mean, like, and when it gets to this point where you have a player on your team that it's just like you have just lost all faith in, it just never gets better.
So I feel like it's a little situationally dependent. If I were to do this in a vacuum, the way we're kind of doing this one, I would also agree. It's crazy. I thought I was going to be a controversial one. I just like Vlatko. He's always in the right spot. He's a super low mistake player. He's actually kind of versatile. Like he
totally is.
He can guard some players, but he's also got size. He's knocking down his shots with confidence. Like he had a 3 tonight that was a confident 3. It was from about this far behind the line, maybe 3-4 feet, maybe 2 feet behind the line, and he steps into it in rhythm and drains it. He had a move tonight. Actually, my favorite move from him didn't count because they blew the whistle. He got fouled too early, but he had a little like ISO drive behind the back Euro step layup.
Dude.
It was saucy, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, Vlatko is like a very, very solid player. And we saw him play in international play where he was able to just like be, like the guy. And he and Luka were like incredible together.
I do wonder why he doesn't play more. You know, he
was hurt.
This year he was hurt, but even last year, like he's been with it. This isn't a Zeke situation where it's like, hey, you have to pay your dues that first year. It's like, hey, man, like there were opportunities even in the years past. Like he was part of the 7. He played great. So I kind of wonder why he hasn't gotten an opportunity. Maybe you give him more opportunity, he just gets cooked and the scouting report. I don't know, but I would say that right now I do feel like he is a jack of all trades given what they need of that role, meaning all of the things he can do are things they need, and the things he can't do, it's like, we don't care. Like, we don't need you to create. We don't need you to do this other stuff. Although tonight he had 5 assists, so he kind of created.
Dude, I'm saying, like, he needs to start playing regular minutes.
Well, if I'm the front office and I look at the roster like last year, and I see Bobo's on the roster. I see Aaron Gordon just got picked up right before that. Then I see Zeke Nnaji as a young player that is a positive up and coming player. Why would I go and pay J. Mike?
Yeah.
That's my thing. Like, they truly have to believe in him, or there just has to be like a very, very bad time in practice, or just things that we're not seeing with these guys that keeps them below J. Mike. J. Mike's a starter right now. J. Mike is who they trust to be a backup center when the only center is Jokic. Like, we talk about versatility, J. Mike is the one that they're saying is versatile enough to play multiple positions, and he's always playing a lot of minutes. This is our first time seeing him get benched. This is our first time seeing, like, the coaching staff go against him. So that's why it's hard for me to really go against him, even though I have not seen anything positive. It's just like we could just see that there's something there.
I always say, like, Denver doesn't get the ball popping. I swear I think Denver needs to learn a lot from Golden State. Their final form, I think, looks more like the Warriors and how they move and use guys off ball, and the ball pops and there's quick decisions to be made. And I think Vlatko's a very good quick decision maker. Not always. I don't mean that always with the ball in his hand. It's mostly like, does he read when to cut, when to curl, when to pop, when to do different actions, when to screen. And I think he just reads that stuff quickly. So if you get a bunch of those guys out there with Yoke on the court, good things will happen. So I'm with you. I thought that was going to be a hot take, but it sounds like everybody agrees. Zeke would be my number 2. And this says as much. I actually like Zeke, and I have some confidence in him as a player and as a prospect. If it weren't for the summer league and how bad he played, I would be like the biggest. I'd be driving it. Like,
should we just forget it happened?
Maybe we should, because the Zeke we've gotten in the regular season,
we just gotta, like the back of a Mad magazine. We just have to fold the two sides together. Do you remember the Mad magazine?
I don't remember this detail of it. I wasn't. I was pretty young in the 80s.
Me too. Me too.
I think Zeke can be really good. You're right that he does look like a rookie. Like, there's some things out there. Giannis got those shots off him on tonight. You're like, man, looks really bad. But at the same time, I actually think in aggregate that stuff he doesn't look so much like a rookie in a way that I feel like is detrimental. It's just every now and then you're like, ooh. And I do think if he played backup minutes for the rest of the year, by the end of the year, I think those would be few and far between. So I have a lot of confidence. And then it also just speaks to where I'm at with JaMychal Green. I mean, he's shooting 20% on the season from 3. He's not really defending well. He's just not doing anything. I'm pretty out. I wouldn't mind seeing them step away from him for a little bit. You guys want to know who's skating scot-free tonight? And I didn't notice this until I looked at the box score.
Oh no,
Austin Rivers. So the other night we talked about we talked about a 24-minute club trillion from Jeff Green. Yeah. Did he have 1 rebound, so it saved him?
Yeah,
I think he had 1 rebound.
He had a rebound early.
Well, 17 minutes for Austin Rivers tonight. 0 for 4 shooting, 0 for 4 threes,
Whoa.
0 for 0 free throws,
more.
0 offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, turnovers, 1 player foul.
The cardio game.
17 minutes, 1 foul.
Hell yeah.
0 everything.
The cardio game.
He wanted it to be reviewed.
He did one.
Even though it was a very clear foul.
That's pretty wild that the Nuggets twice during this Jokic-less stint have had guys register 17-plus minutes without a stat.
I hate life. What are we doing?
That's pretty wild, man. That's pretty wild. I guess we gave Jeff Green the king of the game sarcastically that one time. That was kind of mean. Maybe we should have done it to Austin. He skated scot-free, and I didn't even notice that. I just was like, I was sitting here thinking as we're going after it, I was like, man, Austin Rivers was kind of invisible tonight. Let me see a stat line. He was literally invisible. Even on the stat sheet. That's pretty wild.
A cross-country guy out there just running around.
I thought Will Barton tonight's body language it made me sad. It made me sad because Will Barton is a competitor. And I honestly, he was okay tonight. He wasn't very good it was a bit of a bounce back. He had 17 points. He had 9 rebounds, which actually led the team. Will Barton leading the team in rebounding. 4 assists and 2 steals. So he had like a decent night. Wasn't really shooting the ball that great. But you could tell that he is really frustrated. He's in hell right now. He didn't sign up to come lose games like this. And I do wonder if there's this level of like, and we have perpetuated this a little bit of like, the team is Jokic and the supporting cast. And we even did this with Murray a little bit till the bubble happened. And it was like, hey, man, this guy's actually a superstar as well. But I do feel like there's probably a little bit of like, hey, man, we all love Jokic. Like, the players love him. But, hey, don't disrespect us. We could do some things. And they come out and lose by 20 every single night. And I just feel like even those guys are kind of like, they're beaten down by it. It's almost depressing for them.
Yeah, this is one of those be careful what you ask for type of moments.
But I don't think they ask for it. That's
yeah,
the
no, for sure. But I'm just saying, like,
Dude, if they did ask for that.
I know that there's ideas that it's like, hey, if I was only able to go out there and do more, if I was able to go out there and take 20 shots in a game, how would it look?
Yeah, when Michael Porter Jr. was
Yeah,
like,
so Will Barton right now, he goes 7 for 20 tonight. 20 shots in a game, you would think that Will Barton will be extremely happy. And he probably was, like, in his younger years. But now he's became a different player. He's evolved into another player that I think he just really enjoys winning. He doesn't care about being the guy that has to take every single shot. And you can see it, like, in the way he's moving, the way he's playing right now. He's just not happy because they're not winning. And maybe that's, like, what a lot of these guys need. You need your confidence up for when Jokic returns, but when he's not there, it's like, okay, this is a lot different than what I thought it was. Yeah. It takes it takes a lot for you to win a game in the NBA. And Jokic is leading us to win after win is like the idea that they should have right now. Barton goes out there and he goes 2 for 13 from 3. He's not making shots, but he keeps shooting.
Rough.
He's like he's just out there kind of shooting to put himself in them spots. But also, like, you just have to do a little bit more. So this was not a really good Barton game for me. It was a bounce back spot, like, because he scored, but he's still just out there just taking shots right now. Yeah. So I think it's more so he's not making shots. That's why he's down. And also it's just like with the losses coming, it's just compounding.
Why don't we hit some super chats? We got some super chats, man. I gotta say, we love all you guys that are here for
these are the homies.
Is it 6 straight losses?
These are dude,
6 straight.
6 straight losses, and yet we got people hanging out, man.
Are the homiest of the homies.
Lance says, "Are they leaving Jokic out on purpose to miss the Heat game? You got to tune into the pregame show, my man." I don't know. I don't think so.
Can you imagine? They're like, "Are we cool with losing 7 games?"
Yeah, no, that would be a lot of games. So I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna go ahead and say no.
I'm going to go ahead and say no.
I'm saying now that it's here, maybe.
But that's what I was going to say. I was going to say, for these last 6, I would say no. For this next one, maybe.
Yeah. You sit this one for sure.
You think he's going to play next game? Are you calling it?
Yes.
I don't think he plays.
That'd be so baller to miss all of them and then come back for that one.
It would be, dude, yeah, you think Jokic is remotely scared?
I think everybody in the Nuggets organization is scared. I don't know if Jokic is, but I think everybody else is.
He's playing next game.
All right, what's our next super chat? Jose says, same record through 19 games as last season. All right.
Yeah, and that ended terribly also.
But the vibes ended up being good at the end of the year, though. Like, that actually did matter.
This is, again. This entire season is a fucking preamble until Jamal Murray comes back. We are in purgatory. We are in hell.
We're in double. Wait, we're actually in hell. We were in purgatory. We are now in hell. Like, when Jokic gets back, we're back to purgatory.
We've been downgraded. Yeah, that's right. Purgatory, like, included winning some games.
Yeah.
But, like, not, like, fun enough.
Uninspired.
Yeah, not fun enough. Now.
I'd give anything for an ugly win.
Oh, my God, dude. Like.
Well, only Jokic was good tonight.
Yeah. We're like, all. Well, Austin Rivers came in and jacked up some terrible shots. I'm like, it was amazing. We got that dub.
We got that dub. They had him under. It was incredible.
Oh, my God, dude. If the Nuggets could win a game 89-87, I would just be like, it's the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
It would be really baller if Jokic comes back at Miami, they hold him under and get a win, and it's just like, oh, yeah, we're good again. Same cast. Might happen. All right, what else we got? Dylan says, Thurl is playing a lot of minutes right now, even in blowout losses. This is so true, man. This is a great point here, Dylan. Is there a possibility we start to see someone else start to get some of that play time to keep him healthy the whole season? Ooh. So is this a Barton to the bench question? Like, it started out really strong, and then did we just get, should Barton go to the bench?
He's saying that because he's nervous for the man's durability.
He did play 39 minutes in what was really not even remotely close of a game. At no point did I think the Nuggets were going to win this game.
Not in the pregame show.
Not in the pregame. Not when the Nuggets cut it to 5 or whatever. I was like, oh, sweet.
Yeah, I mean, this is times that maybe he does just need to sit down for just a moment. Sorry. Like playing all these minutes, and then especially with the injury like bug that's going around, and he's a player that later in the season it's just really tough for him and on his body where he hasn't been able to give the Nuggets their all, or he's having to fight back to getting to the playoffs, and then now it's just him out of rhythm or not playing in the playoffs. So yeah, maybe they should like dial back on those minutes at random times, especially when they're down bad or down big against a team. Like, why play them a lot?
Yeah, 39 minutes, 37 for AG. I'm with you. Like,
well, I mean, like, Malone still hopes to win.
Of course, I know, but there really is a broader, like, hey, this is a season. What's our strategy here? And also, by the way, man, like, Will Barton has been extremely unhealthy, and I even think he kind of looks worn out now. Like, he's not 2 of 13. Some of that has to do with like, how are your legs?
So
I know the season's really rough. It's a grind. It's a real grind.
We're not even like talking about like basketball strategy. We're talking about.
I have a theory of when it's all going to turn around.
When Jamal comes back?
Nope. Before that.
When?
Do you know when this
Jokic
road trip?
comes back.
Do you know when this road trip ends?
December 15th.
It's December 13th, I think.
Oh man.
We might. I mean, I'm not want to ruin it, but I'm just saying, like, it's always darkest right before the dawn. Nope. The 11th it ends. The 11th it ends. You get back home. You play West Ensel Juniors, Washington Wizards, and then on the 15th, Jokic Christmas, you get the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
I'm just saying. Then things turn around. You get going. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, great point, Dylan, about Barton. You're absolutely right. What else we got? Jose, is the Munder Dome closed for renovations? Man, the Munder Dome is definitely.
This is another thing that we cursed.
I think so. We named it the Munder Dome, and it's just been terrible.
I've got. I mean, you guys are included in this one, but I really have just the rotten touch this year. Everything I touch just is turning to sand and then dust.
I did remember one thing I wanted to say though about Dylan's question about Barton minutes. Do you guys remember when Michael Malone got fired from Sacramento?
Yep.
What were the circumstances?
That Boogie Cousins got like mono.
Something like I don't even remember what it was. Something crazy. It wasn't mono.
I think it was.
No, it wasn't mono. It was
mononucleosis.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. No, Juancho got mono.
Oh, fine. Oh, right. The kissing disease.
Yeah, the kissing disease. Of course, Juancho did.
We got something like that.
I can't remember what it was, man. Tuberculosis or something. I can't remember. We're gonna be. It's shameful that we don't remember what it was. But anyway, he gets hurt. Everybody that was watching the Kings or following the NBA was like, well, the Kings have no hope. I mean, they're short all these guys. And the Kings were like, no, we expected to win. You're fired. And so Malone, maybe playing 39 minutes, it's like, yeah, I know how this goes. You guys tell me it's fine. And then I go on a 7-game losing streak and you fire my ass. So, and he is, by the way, I think in a contract here, right? Like Michael Malone.
Oh, yeah, he had meningitis. That's
meningitis, right. Yeah. Tuberculosis. Could have been anything.
Mononucleosis.
You were actually closer, it turns out.
It's true.
So anyway, everything's terrible, but
everything is terrible.
Everything is terrible, except for Vlatko.
Do you guys want to go around and say what we like about each other?
Nope. Let's take our break, though. Let's take a break.
What?
On the other side, I will go around the association. We didn't do it last time. The people were angry. They were big mad. They were big mad. We're going around. We might go around the association twice just to make up for it.
What's the ad?
So our ad read here is DraftKings.
Oh, DraftKings. All right.
We made some money tonight.
Hey, football fans. I'm sure we all love an action-packed, high-scoring NFL game. But with the latest no-brainer from DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, you'll be a winner once a single point is scored. New customers who bet just $1 on any team to score can win $100 in free bets. It's just that simple. DraftKings Sportsbook customers can also get skin in the game with the new same-game parlays. We are familiar.
Yo, I didn't realize.
You can combine multiple bets at the same game for a bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want.
I realized I won $200 on my parlay tonight.
Oh, it's a brag time?
That.
It's time to brag during an ag read? That's amazing. All right, well, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use promo code DNVR. Bet $1 on any team to score and win $100 in free bets. If they score, you score. With promo code DNVR this week, with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Must be 21 or older. Colorado only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Sexy pizza.
Sexy pizza. Speaking of our unbelievably
Tailgate.
fun
Hell yeah.
tailgates where you might see Dev. You'll see Tori. You still can't see her. She's off screen still.
She's watching soccer. U.S. is destroying Australia.
Yes, every team in Colorado lose, but our international teams cannot be touched.
That's right.
We have sexy pizza at every Broncos tailgate we host this year, and it is delicious. What is sexy pizza, you ask? Well, with 13 years in the Denver community, sexy pizza is as local as it gets. A hand-tossed deck oven pizza with made
So
from
local,
scratch.
they're in our building.
They are the local, as far as we are concerned.
Very
they
local.
It's so extremely local. They are in our building. Not the pizza, but if you guys are into administrative services, you can find them here. They are deck oven pizza with made from scratch each morning dough. Choose your own venture with their wide range of toppings, or try one of their signature philanthropies. A portion of every sale from these 5 specialty pies is donated to a range of different nonprofits right here in Colorado. Looking to have sexy pizza support your organization or event? Go to this is the great, by the way, they have the greatest URL of all time. You know what it is?
Yeah.
www.sexy.pizza.
That is a good URL.
It's not. There's no .com.
Yeah,
there's no
sexy.pizza.
Sexy.pizza. And check out their about page for the donations.
Strava Craft Coffee.
Okay, we love sexy pizza. Harrison loves sexy pizza. Come get it at the tailgate. Strava Craft Coffee. You all know about Strava Craft Coffee. They've been with us the longest. I
You
think
notice he
of
starts
any-
every ad read with, you guys know about this.
Well, I'm trying to find the goddamn ad copy. I'm soft shooting over here. You didn't reveal a magician's tricks. Adam, I don't know about you guys, but anything I can get delivered to me, I'm all for. And even what's even better to have CBD infused Strava Craft coffee. It's the ultimate gift this time of year. Do you have friends, loved ones, or colleagues that suffer from migraines, joint pain, or do they have IBS like Brendan Vogt? You must give that's actually in the ad copy. Congratulations, Brendan, you did it. You must gift them some CBD infused Strava. It ships straight to their door, and they will thank you. Strava is now giving our listeners 25% off their entire purchase when you use the code DNVR25. That's 25% off the entire order at StravaCraftCoffee.com when you use DNVR25 at checkout. You can also subscribe, get your coffee every 2, 4, 6, 8, or 8 weeks, whatever you prefer, and you'll get 20% off every time when you use the code DNVR20. So take advantage.
You guys, real quick, before we go around the association, reminder, guys, today's Black Friday. It's literally the best day of the entire year. There's 365 days in the year. 364 of them are worse than literally today to become a DNVR member. One, it supports us. If you guys come here and hang out all the time, you enjoy this, you want it to exist, become a DNVR member. It's the best way. You get access to all kinds of cool stuff, including all of our premium content. But you also get like 60, you get like an enormous bill.
No,
like you could spend.
our offer is economically unsound.
It actually, I don't understand it. Whenever like Brandon's like, here's what we're going to do. I'm like, so we're just going to lose money today?
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of how it is.
We're literally losing money because we want you to be our friend.
We want you to be our friend. We're paying you to become our friend. So go to thednvr.com, sign up, or just check out the merch, the locker, the DNVR Locker. It's DNVRlocker.com, and it's got all of our merch there that's also like ridiculously discounted right now. So
it's all very cheap. Very, very cheap. You can get my hard work for a low, low price.
Real quick, we've got another super chat.
Another super chat comes from Haley, our girl. Dear everyone, stop being such negative Nancys. We still have the MVP on our team, and we are so lucky to get to watch the Nuggets. Love y'all. What color hearts would you say those are?
That's orange, yellow, orange.
Festive. For Thanksgiving.
Haley,
Halloween.
Queen of the chat.
That is Halloween.
No, I think that's more of
it's Thanksgiving and Halloween.
More of a Thanksgiving.
I know candy corn when I see it.
Yeah, I would
it is
describe
candy corn.
Well, but that's autumnal.
That is autumnal. Man, this is really going back and forth.
We don't have much to offer.
Around the association here, guys, we're going to start with the Golden State Warriors.
Let's bring up that graphic.
Oh, man, this is so sad. So sad. Around the association, so the Warriors improved to 17-2. I can't believe. Like, they're at what point they beat? By the way, I should say they beat the Portland Trailblazers. Nurkic was horrible. He was
Nurkic
a
is
term
horrible.
team worst -15. Steph Curry only 6 of 15 from 3. Doesn't matter. They're all the starters are like plus 20. They just dominate everyone. It's pretty ridiculous. They had 31 assists. The ball was popping. 17-2. Dev, at what point do we start to look and go, they're going to win 65?
They beat every bad team. Like, every team that's struggling, they destroy.
Do you see their record when they're down 10? If
No.
they're down 10 in a game, they're like 9-0. They have not lost at any game that they were down double digits. They have won.
Yeah, see, there's not much you could do. When you think about how many good teams there are in this league, not many are playing well right now. And they're playing extremely well. I really don't see them slowing down at all.
Yeah.
So
We missed
it's
our
scary
window.
for them. They're going
They
to
missed our window. They were down for 1 year.
They're going to get there.
Portland, by the way, they lose, so they're tied with
Lillard
them now.
wasn't really that good. 5 of
The
15,
worst
2 of
part
7.
is we can't even stunt on them. We just have to be like, they also suck.
Yeah, they also suck.
We can't even laugh at them.
But it's
We're
good
just-
for them to suck right now because the Nuggets aren't playing
true.
too well. So
The Pelicans get a win in Utah. They go into Utah and get a win. The Pels, the 5-16 Pels, the 12-7 Jazz. Everybody, I know, like, you always see there's one, I'm not going to say his name, but there's this one hot take artist who's like the biggest, talk about negative Nancy, the biggest negative Nancy in sports. Every time the Nuggets lose a game they shouldn't have or this or that, it's like, no good team will ever lose to a good. It's like every good team loses to bad
Yeah.
team. So the Jazz at home tonight lose to the Pelicans. That's a horrible loss, but it happens, I guess.
Dude, I love using the around the association as a way to subtweet.
Sub talk shit to losers.
this was a really bad game. Like, a double munder happened.
A double
Nobody was really well in this game. The leading scorer for the Pelicans had 13. Oh, no, sorry. Brandon Ingram had 21.
Yeah.
So he's finally back, 8 of 22. So he's himself.
He's like regular. Yeah.
He's
An
himself.
inefficient 21. 21 points on 22 shots.
And then Willie Hernan Gomez. at
Philly,
13.
dude.
Villy. Yeah, he had 13 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. What a weird stat line for him. Donovan Mitchell, 6 of 21. He's such a weird player because when he's off, his nights are bad. He has like every 8th game or so is a real bad game from him. He's a weird talent. Double no under. The Spurs kind of smoked and then narrowly beat the Celtics tonight. They were up 30-14 at the end of the first quarter on the Celtics. The Celtics, man, talk about being down bad. At least the Nuggets are missing their guys.
Oh, man. We're about to get a penalty kick. Let's see here. Come on.
Wow.
I'm
Okay.
You want to talk
over
about
the
a guy being
association. Let's
themselves? Jason Tatum, 9 of 23.
true.
That guy be gunning. Nobody really talks about how much he shoots,
So-
and he is not
go.
efficient.
Brendan Vogt talks about it all the time.
Did you
He
see?
just said he sucks.
Who was
Let's
it? Secret scout or secret general manager or whatever that said Jason Tatum's all about himself or this or that. Kind of interesting, man. And then also I saw they had the picture of him and Melo, and he said something like, "I'm gonna hang this up in my room," and I was kind of like, I get it. He aspires to be Melo.
It makes a lot of sense, huh?
Modern day Melo.
Yeah, in this game, Keldon Johnson had himself a body. I mean, just dunked all over the guy.
Really?
He went over. So first he went for over
Keldon
3
Johnson?
guys, but he lands on top of like Grant Williams, I think it is,
Oh.
or something like that, and just is kind of hanging on the rim. Like, that guy's athletic, man.
The Wizards improved to 12-7 with a win over the Thunder, 1-point win. They had actually been on a little bit of a slide, but Wes Unseld's team keep chugging away, 12-7. Are you buying the Washington Wizards? Actually, Eric, how many Wizards can you name?
Wes Unseld Jr.,
Okay.
Bradley Beal,
Yep. Yep.
Russell Westbrook,
Nope. All right, we're off a little bit.
Michael
here.
Jordan.
Okay. He was on there at one point. That's actually accurate.
No, let me think. Golly, man, very few. Is
You
there,
have to remember they
is there a
traded-
Zeller on there?
You have to remember that they
Mason
traded
Plumlee is on there. I know that. Yes.
Plumlee? No, he's not.
Oh,
No, he went to
Who's he
Charlotte.
on?
Charlotte.
Oh, Charlotte.
You have to remember who. Remember they traded Westbrook, a bunch of Lakers.
That's right. Oh, right. So we've got Summer League champion. What is that guy's name? Come on.
Did you forget Kyle Kuzma's name?
Not yet. No, I didn't forget. I was trying to think of the other guy.
I don't know where this is
The
going.
other Laker. What is his other? God damn it! I can't remember his name. Kyle Kuzma and
Contavious Caldwell Pope?
no.
I don't know where he's going with this. Anyway,
whatever.
they win.
Son of a bitch.
The Grizzlies tonight, really, this was the top story around the NBA.
Oh, yeah.
Ja Morant goes down in this game, and it looks like a terrible knee injury had occurred. But we have an update from Woj. It's just a knee sprain.
Woo!
They were
MIP
worried. They
still
were
back in
worried it was an
play.
ACL out for the year. Everybody was worried. Everybody seemed convinced of it. Huge sigh of relief. Morant suffered a serious ankle sprain a year ago and made it back in less than 3 weeks. No timeline yet for his return to this knee sprain, but they're very, very happy that this was not a tear.
Yeah, I'm happy for it because that was like a non-contact.
Josh Hart. Woo, Josh Hart.
That was a non-contact injury that happened there. So I'm glad to see that it was just a sprain because I really did fear that it was going to be something more in that game. So we could just go to their side. Trae Young has 31 points in the game, 10 assists. Clint Capella has 23 and 17 rebounds. Like when they're big, they're big.
Well, here's one thing that I think is interesting from Denver's perspective. So if Memphis is without Ja, let's just say for a month. I don't know what this injury is, but let's just say it's a month. They were already playing horribly. They were on a slide. They have the same record as Denver right now, 9-10. You look at that West and you think like, okay, how far could Denver fall? Are they risking falling out of the playoffs to play in? Memphis is not doing very well right now, and they also lost their best player maybe for quite a while. So maybe you never root for injuries, but maybe good news for Denver in that it's another team that's probably going to slide for a little bit. You got the Pacers. They get a win over the Raptors. Kind of a surprise there, but Eastern Conference teams, I don't really have a take. The Bulls, my Chicago Bulls, absolutely smacked the Orlando Magic. Oh, man, we've been –
this.
What's that?
I just hate this world that we live in, where the Bulls are great. We suck.
I know. Stupid Arturis. But let's go over to the Magic here and look at our guys. Gary Harris tonight, 2 points in 28 minutes.
Oh, poor Gary.
4 assists,
28 minutes.
Mr. Magic is down so bad.
Man, he
played starter.
28 minutes. He started. He went 1 for 4. Couldn't get a shot up. What's going on here? And then do we have RJ Hampton? Did he get into the game? He played 20 minutes and he had 6 points and was a minus 32. RJ Hampton, my goodness.
Man.
I'll tell you what, man, this has taught me some things like Gary Harris, RJ Hampton. We're so sad to lose him, and you get Aaron Gordon, you're like, that's an actual NBA player who's really good. And it's the same thing with Drew Holiday. Now, look, Michael Porter's injured. This isn't fair to think, but you could have probably had Drew Holiday for the price of Michael Porter, Bol, and a first or two or something, basically what turned out to be Bones, this or that. And at the time, you're like, there's no way, this or that. But you look at it now, and you're like, Drew Holiday was a sure thing. Again, I still don't know where I fall on it, but it's just something to keep in mind as Denver goes forward because they probably, to improve their roster going forward, will have to trade players you like if they want to add veteran talent. The Suns continue to win. It's like 16 in a row or 15 in a row. They're almost at a franchise record. I can't believe that the Suns are 16-3. They started 1-3. I thought that we were ready to dance on their graves. They've won 15 or 16 in a row.
And doesn't look like they're going to slow down anytime soon.
They're murdering everybody.
Like, everybody just understands what to do on their team. Like,
they have.
Guys don't step out of themselves. They have Devin Booker. He could just go and shoot everything, and everybody's like okay with it. They're like, okay, fine.
Eric hates around the association. Guys, you guys don't know this. This is why he won't make the graphic. He hates this segment.
Well, I don't want to talk about the Suns.
The Hornets destroyed the Timberwolves tonight. Somebody told me today that D'Angelo Russell, he's like the biggest leader in plus minus.
Yeah, he's like third or fourth.
That's the weirdest stat in the world, man.
Who sees that?
I don't know.
That means they only play well when he's there, though, because he takes a lot of time off, I feel like.
I like D'Lo. Harrison always says he sucks.
What would you guess, without looking at D-Line, what is the Hornets' record?
The Hornets, how many have they played? How many games?
21 games.
21 games. I would guess that the Hornets are 16-15. That's too many games.
That's 31 games.
That's 31 games. That they are 15-6.
You think they've been crushing it?
No, I think they're about 500.
10-11, 11-10.
Yeah.
They would you guess?
I would say about 500.
They are 13-8. I'm surprised by that. 5 games above 500. That's pretty wild. The Clippers destroyed the Pistons. That's a really boring game. And the Lakers are currently up 4 on the Sacramento Kings. If they got a loss tonight, when the Lakers lose, everything just like a Nuggets loss doesn't sting as bad.
Yes, it does.
It stings a little bit less.
I don't care. The Lakers are a joke. They're not doing anything this year. I don't even want to think about them.
Alrighty. Eric hates around the association. He hates this game. He hates the Nuggets. He really just hates life.
No, I don't hate
above
the
it.
Nuggets. I am in
hell.
What's the phrase I'm looking for? I'm down bad.
You are down bad.
I'm down bad, and we're just reveling in it. And it's every word that we say that isn't talking about Nikola Jokic coming back is just more lemon juice in my wounds.
I don't know why we went long today, but we did.
Because we just love each other's company and the company of the chat. And Hassel Cattle Company.
And we love Hassel Cattle Company. Thanks so
All
much,
of those
everybody,
things.
for hanging out with us this entire time. We got a whole weekend off. I don't think we're back till Monday when the Nuggets are in Miami on a long road trip.
Oh, that's anticipated. Highly
anticipated
game.
game. Very curious how that one goes. Maybe Jokic's back. It would be such a baller move for him just to come back on that game. We'll find out. Hit the like button on the way out, everybody.